What up, fuckers? Welcome back to Impossibly Unremarkable. You said that I should be angry.
No, that was good. That was good.
This is a podcast hosted by myself, Jonathon Butts, and my longtime friend, co-host, and dude who is like fully dressed like The Rock.
Yeah.
Elliott Marks.
Yeah, we're back. We're just two frat boys in a basement partying. It's dark. It's sweaty. It's musty. We're just drinking brewski beers like there's no tomorrow. Welcome back to the pod. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel like you're mixing things there.
What do you mean? What was I mixing?
Well, you sound like a surfer at the end.
I feel like, are those two things mutually exclusive? Surfers
Yes.
and frat boys? I think you could be both.
Surfers have an entirely different. I would say like a surfer is an enlightened frat boy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you're probably right.
Did you mean to dress like The Rock today?
Why am I dressed like The Rock? I don't have the little chain or the earring.
Yeah, you're missing a couple things.
I have thought about like bringing the earrings back because my ear holes are still open. I can still rock earrings if I want. But I was going to do it as a bit for this podcast, but we wear headphones, so it's not even like I can't even do it because no one would see it.
You're right. You can't. You're right.
But no, do I look like The Rock? I went to.
You do.
See, I came from a work happy hour thing. Are you telling me I was out here talking to my colleagues, just looking like The Rock? People probably talking behind my back, going, "Look at Dwayne motherfucking Johnson over
The
there."
Rock is handsome, so like I wouldn't feel bad about it.
That's true.
I just realized while we were sitting here that you look like The Rock.
He is handsome. He's charming too.
Okay.
Doesn't he? He owns the XFL, right?
I think so.
Or whatever that league is now. Didn't they merge or something?
Yeah, they merged. I think they're like the UFL or something.
Yeah, United Football.
Yeah.
Let's go. Are you gonna watch spring football?
Probably not.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know.
I know we talked about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure Minnesota has a cool. Like,
Oh yeah, that's right. Aren't
like
we
the Minnesota?
No, our arena. That's our arena team.
Oh yeah.
We're like the Minnesota Myth, which is sick. We need more stuff like that. More cooler mascots, or like the Washington football team. Like they might rename their team again. I hope they get it right this time.
What would you name them?
I don't know, like the fighting. I don't know. People threw around like red dogs or red hogs. Something like that.
You think it's going to be a turnoff when people listen to this episode and they just get hit with an F-bomb like right out the gate?
I mean, that's going to demonetize us on YouTube immediately, but based on our recent view counts, I don't think that's really a problem for us.
I don't think we've ever been monetized.
We haven't really gotten to that point yet on YouTube.
No, maybe a couple.
Yeah, and that's really your fault, whoever's
couple
listening to
more
this. So
years.
maybe just like listen on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you find your podcasts and go to YouTube. Give us both.
I'm going to get on my hands and knees.
I want
for a
everything
second.
from you.
I'm going to beg. If you haven't rated the podcast,
Yeah.
just do that.
Just do that.
That's super simple.
Do us a solid.
And give us a 5-star. And if you don't give us a 5-star, we can actually see who reviews us. And when they review us, and we get their IP address, and we can see where they reviewed us from. Then we can talk to you.
Just slowly creeping up on like doing a threat on a live podcast and then just kind of backtracking at the last second.
This
That's
isn't
kinda
really
what you just
live,
did.
though.
It's kind of live.
It's pre-recorded. Everything's scripted. We actually have a teleprompter.
Yeah, that's true. We're being fed lines. So anything said on this podcast is actually just a script.
We paid
And should be
$5,500 for like one of those real.
It's all fiction.
real.
Your name's not even Jonathon.
No.
It's like Gorp or something.
Yeah. Gorp. And your name's The Rock.
I wish.
Actually, you look like
Rock's like a billionaire.
you look like
wish.
the Pebble. So how are you doing?
Dude, man, you're so funny, man.
I'm pretty funny.
How am I doing?
Yeah, whatever.
Good, dude. Just yelling, whatever, dude. I'm good. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm in a bad mood.
I know. You're saying you're hungry.
I'm so hungry.
And you're starting to get hangry.
Yeah.
And so you're a little irritable, little irritable, and a little bit in a cranky mood. And that's okay.
The CFO of the company I work for walked up to me today and just said hi,
Yeah.
classic greeting. And he's like, "What's the topic of your podcast going to be this week?" I'm like, "Oh, We never really know, you know.
It's whatever we're doing. Oh, you know what I did? I played Sims last night, specifically The Sims 4.
Alone.
Yeah.
What'd you play it on?
It's not multiplayer. It's not a multiplayer Sims unless you're playing online. And who do I know that's going to play The Sims online with me? Not a soul.
I beg and plead to just do anything with you.
I hadn't played The Sims in years. But, last night I had some time to kill. I was just, Wesley went to bed, Megan went to bed, and I didn't feel like going to bed. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go downstairs, I'm going to play some video games. And I threw on The Sims 4, and as The Sims goes, I spent probably a good hour and a half, 2 hours just customizing my sim and building a house. That's how The Sims goes, right? You spend a lot of time in the beginning stages.
What are you playing this on?
On my PS4.
Oh. Carry on.
So I make my sim, I start my life, right? And I'm starting off very bare bones, as you would in The Sims, because I'm poor. I spent probably 95% of my funds on the house, which you probably shouldn't do. You should probably build a shack, but I try to make it as big as possible so I can build it out.
I think they say your mortgage should be like a third of your income.
Yeah. But this is a fictional video game, so this is a little different.
That rule, though.
No. So I build it all out. I start building this life for myself, and I start a career in entertainment. My sim is working on his joke writing. He's going out there to clubs every night, just grinding, trying to become a comedian, an entertainer, if you will. I've got nothing in my house but a computer, a refrigerator, and a bed. And my sim, no shit, gets 4 days of sim life in 4 days. And then I was cooking myself a salad, as you do, and somehow my sim starts on fire. And I didn't think to install a smoke detector at that point in the game. So nobody came to my rescue. In fact, the animation that occurred in the game is my guy's on fire. I'm trying to call the police with his phone. He just won't do it. And then he eventually collapses to the ground, dead. And the Grim Reaper appears. And luckily, the Grim Reaper did call the fire department for me. But at that point, I was already passed away. My sim died, and then it immediately said game over. I had to either create a new sim or just start a whole new game. And I said, fuck this. I just spent 2.5 hours trying to make this sim start his life and get 4 simoleon days in. And he's already passed away from a horrible fire accident. So if you're going to play The Sims, just install a smoke detector, regardless of how poor you are. It's worth the investment because then you may be saved.
It's a good recommendation to install a fire detector.
There's no way to put yourself out.
Smoke detector or whatever.
You can't put yourself out.
You got a pool?
My whole guy was on fire.
You have a shower.
There was nothing I could do. I was floored. I wasted so much time.
How did you set yourself on fire making a salad?
That's the other thing. It's a flaw in the game. I don't even know what was going on. I was trying to get ready for work. In the morning, I make my breakfast. Maybe it wasn't a salad. Maybe it was something stove related. Regardless,
that would make way more sense.
It starts a fire.
Please tell me you don't make salads in real life.
In real life? Yeah. Do I make salads? Sometimes.
Be careful.
Could you imagine if that's how life worked? Your stove starts on fire and then you burst into flames.
I mean, that can happen, yeah.
I'm sure. I was just devastated because I'd wasted so much time. And then all of a sudden my sim game was over and I just didn't want to continue. So.
Reminds me of how I tried to play Fallout 4 like
a
month ago, 2 months ago. And I got a couple hours in and I realized the guy I made was really ugly. So it was off-putting. So I stopped playing.
Why would you make him ugly? I always make my characters hot as shit.
Well, I thought the choices I made were correct.
Yeah.
And then I remember in Fallout 4, every time you converse with someone, your face appears on screen rather than you're just like talking. You know, in like the older Fallout games, you're like
your first person
tunnel vision and you're looking strictly at the guy you're talking to. But in this one, you see yourself, and it's like, damn.
So you made yourself really ugly, not thinking about how much you'd actually have to stare yourself in the face.
On accident. I'm like, I can't do this. This isn't fun for anyone.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
I always make my characters super hot. Like The Sims, like I max out on like muscle and then like turn the fat slider all the way down because that's just how I want to be in real life.
Yeah.
So my guy is chiseled, and I don't even own weights in the game, so I don't know what happened. but
Just
he's
genetics,
just
really good
genetics. He's
genetics.
just a genetic freak trying to work on his comedy career.
You know, The Sims, if you get it on PC, there's a bunch of DLCs, downloadable content. Like if you bought everything, you would spend upwards of like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000.
I mean, it could be worth it. The game would probably be incredible.
Probably not.
It could be worth the investment. I might actually invest
It's
in.
all like code, It's
I
like
think
you're
I'm
not
just gonna.
buying things.
I'm gonna get a desktop computer because I don't have one.
Yes, agreed.
I'm gonna get The Sims, and then I won't have money for any games to play with you, because I will be buying all those DLCs. And Mike Sim's going to college. He's going to that island, not that one, but the one in the Sims game.
Not that island. Good.
Well, now if you say going to that island in the current climate of the world, people have a specific island in mind, and there's just one in the Sims game. I believe there's an island DLC where you go out and you survive or something. I had a college one, I think. Like I had like
an expansion.
Yeah, like an expansion on the game where you go to college. Yeah.
My favorite thing about The Sims is like you're just like LARPing life,
I know. Well, it's just like in The Sims, I can like do whatever I want.
Like
no consequences.
I remember when we played together Sims 2.
Besides cooking, you can start on fire and die.
When we played Sims 2 together, like probably a decade ago at this point.
Yeah.
Like I remember just like every day I would literally get up and go to work.
Yeah.
And like 9 hours of my day is gone, and then I'd come back.
Well, you're not playing the game right if that's what you're doing.
Well,
trying to build your career, just paint paintings, and you
you
can
just
just
painted-
woohoo all night long.
we didn't have enough money. I think I rose through the ranks.
No,
in
this
law
is what
enforcement.
happened. I said, I'm just going to be an artist and sell my work for hundreds of simoleons a day.
We needed money. Your art sucked.
And I was making more money than you were.
No.
And you were trying to climb the corporate ladder.
It wasn't
be a little
the corporate ladder.
stooge.
It was law enforcement. I got really high up.
And I still made more than you with my silly little paintings.
That's just not true. We did sleep together though.
We did?
Yeah.
Did we woohoo?
I didn't say we woohooed.
You said we slept together.
we laid in the same bed.
Did we?
Yeah.
In the game?
Pretty sure we had a heart-shaped one.
Well, we definitely had that. You got to buy the heart-shaped bed if you have a room with a fireplace, and you have a room for that kind of stuff in The Sims. Not in real life. That's a little creepy. But in The Sims,
How's that creepy? It's a romantic.
I don't know. It's a little weird. Well, I guess if it's a romance room. Well, I don't have enough money to have a specific room for romance.
If only you had a roommate who worked in law enforcement.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was like the highlight of my week was cracking The Sims open again and trying to dive down that rabbit hole only
Damn.
to be. I mean, if I had, although it maybe in hindsight it's for the best, because if I had not burned to death, who knows how long I would have been playing that Sims game. Maybe I would have missed work in real life.
It's possible. I'm going to try to one-up you.
Yeah, what did you do?
This past Saturday, Emily and I drove to a town to attend an art gallery
Uh-huh.
put on by our
That's
friend
pretty cool.
Samantha, and you didn't come because you're probably playing Sims.
Oh, yeah, I had a family thing. I forgot I didn't even talk about that. Doesn't matter. It's not worth talking about.
But our good friend at Chloro Creations on Instagram, look her up, Samantha.
Shout out.
She did this excellent art show in which she painted microorganisms like algae and water bears, and
I've seen them.
they're right behind me.
Hey, maybe I didn't attend, but I have seen the art. I follow her Instagram.
We bought two.
Her art is cool. It's unique, and it's science, which is sick.
Yeah, fucking talk over me.
Okay, well,
Hold
sorry.
goddamn-
Keep going.
No, I don't.
Well,
want
hold
to.
on. No, keep going.
It was just really.
Well, it's
cool,
actually just. No.
and we're really proud of Samantha. And buy her art. She's on Etsy. Find her on Instagram at Chloro Creations.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It was in Lake City.
Lake City.
never-
Where's Lake City?
It's on the Mississippi, I think. It's actually the birthplace.
It's not on a lake.
I think there's also
Lake City's on the river.
Also a lake, but it's on like the border of. I think it's close to Winona.
Okay,
Maybe
yeah.
past Red Wing.
Yeah, like Red Wing, Winona area.
Yeah.
That neck of the woods.
But I don't really go there very often. But it was a pretty scenic drive. Emily was asleep the entire time, but it was like very windy and foresty and lakes, and
It's a pretty drive.
there was this town that had a Purina dog food factory, and it smelled like
amazing.
Kibble. It was pretty cool.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, I had to try to entertain myself.
I remember touring the Winona College
Yeah.
when I was considering universities to attend. And when I was considering my many options for education.
When I was deciding between St. Cloud and Mankato and
it's a pretty drive. It's pretty down.
It's
pretty down there. It's pretty down there. It's pretty cool.
It is.
I like when the passenger falls asleep in the car.
I don't.
Then I can put on whatever podcast I want. I can listen to whatever music I want, and they can just not say anything.
Well, here's the thing: when I'm driving, which is 99.99% of the time that Emily and I are together, I am in control of the music.
Oh, lucky. I don't get that. When I'm driving with Megan, guess who's in charge? Not me.
Well,
Taylor Swift's in charge. Olivia Rodrigo's in charge.
Oh, that's fun.
Recently, the Saltburn soundtrack is in charge.
Yeah, man, that's because Megan is the alpha in your relationship.
That's probably true.
And you're like
not alpha. No, I don't like the whole, like, who wears the pants? We both wear pants. Okay? We both have a pair of pants.
I mean,
we have our own pairs of pants that we wear.
That is a very archaic way of looking at relationships.
I agree.
I'm the alpha.
I'm in charge.
No, I'm really... I like to be in, like, I need to be in control of music.
Yeah.
I'm not a very controlling person, but I need to be in control of the music.
What do you play? Do you play the same stuff all the time, or do you switch it up? Do you go through phases?
Right now, I feel like I'm in a rut. Like, there's a lot of music that I love listening to, but it's kind of like the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah. And
I'll put it on shuffle and then, end up like pressing next on 15 songs before I find one I want to listen to. But
yeah,
I've been meaning to text you. I need something.
Oh, I mean, I can hit you with it. I mean, I've been deep into the shoegaze scene right now.
All right,
I'm serious. Actually, there's a show tomorrow. I've been doing this thing where I'm trying to listen to a new album every week, at least. And yeah, I've been diving deep into different shoegaze bands. Sorry, what?
You had asked me to tell you when we're at the 17-minute mark.
Oh, thanks. Thank you for that. Yeah, and there's this band called Prize Horse. They're actually from Minneapolis, so local band, pretty cool. They're a shoegaze band. They're actually having an album release show on the day that you'll be listening to this, Thursday the 22nd, at the 7th Street entry of First Avenue. And another band playing that set or that show is a Oklahoma City shoegaze band called Downward, who I've been really into lately.
Are you going?
No. I really would like to, but I know nobody would go with me. And, I can't just be up and leaving my family to go to a concert just because.
If you had, given me notice, I would have gone with you.
You wouldn't have gone.
Yes, I would have.
I say the word shoegaze and people just sprint the other direction.
As long as
they're like, what is that pretentious music bullshit?
As long as I don't get...
it's a genre is what it is.
As long as I don't get, trampled.
You wouldn't get trampled. I've showed you shoegaze music. It's vibey. There's no mosh pits.
Yeah, so I would go to that.
People stand there and go, yeah. They're swaying or nodding their heads or if they're more aggressive, they're just
I almost died
shaking.
at the Little Yachty concert. So
You did not.
Dude, I was pressed up against
that
metal.
show was pretty tame, to be honest.
Flesh on metal.
Wait, it was what on what?
So I was getting bodies pressing into me, and then there was a really sharp metal barrier that was just digging into my back.
I've had worse.
And I had to swing,
I remember the days of Warped Tour. Going to Warped Tour. And the ground was just dirt. So then you'd be in this mosh pit of a bunch of sweaty teenagers. I was one also at the time. And then we would all...
You'd mosh?
Yeah, at the time I would. I'm too old for that now. But I'd try. At least I'd try my best. And I just remember at one show, it was Real Friends, a band I used to be really into. But we saw them at Warped Tour, and the crowd was just moshing and going crazy. But it kept kicking up all this dirt dust from the ground. And I remember afterwards just sneezing and just dirt coming out of my nose.
Ew.
I just inhaled so much dirt from just being there too long.
Were you shirtless?
No, I was wearing a shirt.
Were you wearing a tank top?
Probably.
Okay.
I probably was.
I can picture you.
Yeah.
God, you looked good.
I'm just saying, like, some shows are crazy, some shows are less crazy, and some are just chill.
If I went to like a rap concert and there were just 400 chairs on the floor and everyone sat down and just like enjoyed it, I would love that.
You would have liked, I went and saw Earl Sweatshirt and Boldy James. You would have liked them. Well, maybe you wouldn't have liked the music, but the crowd was, because Earl Sweatshirt isn't moshing.
I just hate feeling like the pressure to participate, you know?
Oh.
Like when everyone throws their hands up in the air, I'm like, man.
You don't have to. That's the beauty of
But
music.
like
you can just like feel it and do whatever you feel is right.
And then when like
moment.
the pit opens up, like whether or not you're a part of it, you're a part of it. You're either one of the stupid fucking idiots in the center, or you're one of the fucking schmucks that's getting, you know, pushed all the way back and getting your back pressed up against metal. And then your sclerosis acts up.
And then you realize you hadn't eaten that night, and you're getting hangry,
Yeah.
and you just don't want to be there anymore.
Exactly. I loved the Lil Yachty concert, though, by the way.
Yeah, it's fun. So you're in a music rut.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Text me after this.
I'll shoot you some recs, something that maybe you'd enjoy. I'll try to find something.
Hip hop's usually a pretty good.
Hip hop.
What?
Hip hop? I haven't really been listening to a ton of hip hop lately, although the new Schoolboy Q album comes out on March 1st. It's called Blue Lips. I'm very excited for it. The single he just released has been great. It's great, and then he's been putting out a bunch of stuff on YouTube as well, which is pretty sweet. So I'm really excited for that album. It'll be really good if you're looking for a hip hop recommendation. Schoolboy Q is really good.
Okay. I'll check.
You'll love it.
I'll check them out. I'll start with this new album whenever it comes out.
Perfect.
If it sucks, I'm gonna.
You might hate it. It's like West Coast, like kind of like
I like West. What is this? What do you mean
gangster rap, kind of.
Oh,
I mean, I wouldn't call him gangster rap. I don't even know what that means. But like, I mean, he has a lot of gang references, I guess.
Oh,
because that's just his world view and world experience. As people tend to create art based on their own lives.
yeah. Thanks.
Anything else go on with you?
People create art based on their life experiences.
They do. Is that not fact?
It is fact. Why did you need to say it?
I don't know.
People drink water to survive.
These things are understood, man. Sorry, I'm so hungry. All right, I got a great recommendation.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Rec of the
because this
week.
one comes with a prop. Very,
What does it mean? A prop?
it's not very often that you get to have a visual aid when talking about a recommendation of the week.
Okay, I'm glad
This
we've
is
got
fact. All right. I really have no idea how we got on the topic.
Okay.
But we had dinner before the art show on Saturday with our friends. You weren't there.
I know.
And we
Were
got
people talking about how I wasn't there? People say something? People say like shit about me?
Yeah, I think we spent like 15 minutes on it.
That much time, huh?
Yeah. And we only had 40, so
Well,
it's pretty important. I don't know how we got on the topic, but we were talking about cheesy crackers.
yeah.
And I was talking about how much I love cheese nips.
Cheese nips.
Cheese nips.
Okay.
I know everyone's like pro Cheez-Its.
What's a cheese nip?
It's a square cheesy cracker.
I don't know if I've ever had a cheese nip.
Boy, are you in luck. Well, I found out that apparently 4 years ago in 2020, cheese nips were discontinued.
Oh.
Because like I've brought it up to Emily that I love cheese nips.
Yeah.
I know everyone loves Cheez-Its, but I prefer cheese nips.
Okay.
And I'm not just trying to be different. They're genuinely better.
Okay.
And Emily's like, I never see them at Target. I'm like, well, shit. And so I finally looked it up, and of course they've been discontinued. So of course there's no way for you to find out. But then I found out that in Canada, they're produced under a different name.
Ooh.
And then I found out on Amazon, you could pay $20 to have 2 boxes
$20.
imported and shipped to you.
Oh, I didn't even know you had them.
I of course bought them.
They're just they're by Ritz
I
originally?
didn't know they were by Ritz, but apparently they
What
are
they
now.
called?
Now they're called cheese nibs.
Wait, it's in French too.
Yeah, it's in French there. Can you say that?
Coquelin au fromage.
But
I think that's French for cheese crackers.
cheese nibs. Yeah, for 2 of these, it was $20, but it was fucking worth it. But I had to buy them just to know if they tasted exactly like they used to.
Yeah, have you? So you had them already?
Yeah.
Or is this first time?
No, I had them already.
You didn't want to wait till the podcast to do it live.
No. Because I want to be angry on the podcast.
Why are these better than Cheez-Its? I feel like I'm a big Cheez-Its fan, to be honest. Like if I'm gonna go for a wild like cheese cracker snack, I'm going Cheez-Its probably 9 times out of 10.
Try some. You have to have at least 3.
I was just gonna take one.
Have at least 3.
Fine.
You'd have to eat 20.
Should I put all 3 in my mouth at the same time?
Yeah,
or
you'd have to eat 28 of these to consume 150 calories. So.
should I put all 3 in my mouth? Or?
Yeah. You get the largest flavor blast. That's good. That one's for the ASMR folks. You sick puppies. What are you thinking? What's going through your brain, man?
I'm chewing.
All right.
God, some people like that.
I don't. That might be your worst quality.
They taste like Cheez-Its.
No, they're better. See,
Why are they better? It basically has the same exact flavor profile as a Cheez-It.
I mean, it's a square.
In fact, it looks exactly the same. And if you
Yes.
put a Cheez-It in that front of me, I don't know if I'd tell the difference.
You'd be able to tell the difference. But yeah, my recommendation: go on Amazon, get 2 of these things for $20. If you're a cheese nip truther, obviously they're cheese nibs now, but they're
Somebody
better.
out there is like, hell yeah, man.
Cheez-Its.
I've been waiting for somebody to talk about cheese nips.
Cheez-Its just don't taste right to me. You know,
They're so much better.
they're way better. They're way better if they're stale though. A Cheez-It's better if it's
What?
stale. Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about? You're just hungry. You're not even thinking straight, dude.
Also, whales are better than goldfish.
What is the shape? They're the same.
No, they're not. Emily, is she getting up? Yeah, she is.
Or what about cheddar bunnies? What are your thoughts on
I
cheddar
love
bunny?
I love a good cheddar bunny.
But where does the cheddar bunny rank between the whales and the fish?
Well, the bunny is a land animal, so
Now I'm
course,
starting to think you're just trying to be different.
So of course, no.
I actually prefer cheese whales to goldfish,
Try the whales
and I prefer cheese nips to Cheez-Its.
because I'm not a corpo stooge.
They're like harder.
They are harder.
They're thicker.
They're thicker. Yeah, you're getting more.
There's
bite.
a little more crunch.
You're
to
getting
them.
more crunch per capita for sure.
Yeah, you're getting more crunch.
See how quickly he was.
Okay, I might be on with the whales actually, because I think the flavor is better than your run of the mill goldfish.
And again, I don't know how it came up, but I was just Emily and I were talking about it, and I love these things. This is a childhood. Just spill it
I
everywhere.
feel like they taste a little more like artificial, but in a good way.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
But
there's
like in a
al-
way
there's
that I want.
There's almost like a bite to them. Like if you have a bunch of them, like your lips get like red and hot.
I don't think that's. You break out in hives. It's awesome.
You start to itch. But yeah, check out whales. And
Check out whales, bro.
if you're feeling dangerous, I'm pretty sure these are a dollar store thing. But
Yeah,
they're
they-
so good. They're so good.
Yeah.
My mama used to give me whales. She
I-
still could, but she doesn't.
I used to give your mom whales.
What does that even mean?
Shoot. No.
What a foul thing to say.
I'm sorry, Debbie.
Don't say her name,
I don't know
dude.
why I said that.
You just doxed her.
Deborah.
Stop it.
Does anyone nobody calls her?
Don't use her federal name, man.
Don't use her government name, bro.
All right, what's your recommendation? It better not be a cheesy cracker.
My rec of the week is a TV show.
Bones.
Frasier. No, me and Megan were watching this Netflix show. Some of you may have heard of it. I know I told you about it.
Me watching or I watching?
What? Me and Megan.
Megan and I.
Megan and I. Me and my partner and wife Megan have been watching this show. We actually finished it. I told you about it. It's a Netflix show. It's called One Day. Now this show is great, and I'll tell you why. It's a show about friendship between these two British people.
What?
These two British people.
Oh.
They meet at Edinburgh College in Scotland.
Are they English or are they Scottish?
So there's Emma, and then there's Dexter. They meet, and you originally think it's going to be romantic because they meet, and on the first night they meet, it's like one of the first scenes, they're hooking up or whatever. And then their hookup they don't have sex that night, so then it blossoms into this friendship that they have for years, and each episode is like another year, but it always comes back on the same day that they met. Or was it the same day they met? Or whatever. It comes back on the same day. Whatever. So it's not continuous. It's not in a linear, it's not like this day, then that day, then that day. It's all like, spread out over the years of their relationship, of keeping in touch and how they change as people over time.
Like 500 Days of Summer.
No. But,
Oh.
well, sort of. But it's a more expanded timeline than that. But yes, you are
1,000
correct.
days.
Sure. But it's very good. It's very like you want them to be together, but you're not sure if they should be. And it kind of explores that and what's more important, their friendship or the love that they have for each other, or are they the same thing? I don't know. And it ends very sadly.
Oh,
I won't tell you why.
Sweet.
I cried. Although I feel like I'm pretty emotional these days.
You've been crying a lot.
I feel like
TVs and
ever
movies.
since I had Wesley, my beautiful boy, baby child, son, I've just gotten more emotional. I feel like I've cried at more shows and TV and like just anything emotional. Like I'll just cry now. I don't know if my brain has just changed. My brain chemistry has just been altered by becoming a papa daddy. But yeah, I don't know. But this show really got to me, and I cried like a little like a sad person at the end.
I think you've just gone soft, and I've gone hard.
I think
I haven't cried in
that
the
take
last
is
year.
problematic, and you shouldn't say stuff like that.
What take is problematic?
Saying somebody is soft for crying and that you're hard because you just keep your emotions inside.
I don't keep my emotions
You keep your
inside.
emotions bottled up until
No, I don't.
until they bubble and then they explode.
I do the masculine
Stop
thing.
it! You're making me sad.
I do the masculine thing.
I'm
and
gonna cry right now.
I scream my emotions at people.
That's not healthy.
I
You're gonna die.
let it all out in concentrated bursts
You can't keep it all in.
at whoever happens to be in the room with me. I let them have it.
Whoever's in the nearest vicinity.
Yeah.
You're just at the store and then something just puts you over the edge.
It's like an area of effect. Everyone within 5 meters of me gets it. Hey, is that one of our Coke Zeros?
No, I brought this.
Did he actually? No. Why would you straight up lie to me?
I don't know.
Because
I thought you saw me take it from your fridge. I very blatantly just walked over there.
Notice how he used the word take, a very colonial term.
I borrowed it from your fridge.
That's better.
I lent it, or you lent it to me.
I certainly didn't.
Okay.
We have so much soda right now.
Yeah, I noticed. You got a lot of pop in there.
Emily done goofed.
How did she goof? She bought too much soda?
Well, she got some non-zeros.
Oh, well,
Does she look sad over there?
she does. She looks really sad.
Shit, I didn't
Super
mean
sad. I don't know. She just
it. All right.
took her engagement ring and threw it.
She wasn't even wearing it.
Oh my.
You got any other recommendations, Crybaby?
Watch One Day on Netflix. It's really good.
I haven't cried.
It's the only thing about it is that it's 14 episodes, so it's kind of long. But some of them are 20 minutes.
But is it a standalone? Like
It's just a limited series. This is the whole story.
okay.
Watch it, please. Watch it. Watch it. It's so good. I loved it. You'll cry. And if you don't cry, then you've never felt love.
Damn. Damn. Wow. Question of the day. It's my question.
Yeah, it's your question.
Oh boy, question of the day.
Do you even have one? Are you just hoping one would come to you? Are you serious?
No, I have one. I don't know if it's good.
You don't want to ask it?
I want to
Just ask it. I'll tell you if it's bad. And if it's bad, then I'll just move on. I won't even answer. Just kidding. We won't do that. But just tell me what it is.
If you could go back to being a child, knowing that your life would play out exactly as it has, nothing would change, but you'd be a kid again and would relive all these things, would you do it?
Nothing would change. Like I'd make the same mistakes. I'd do the same stuff.
Oh, here, let me rephrase.
I can't change a single
thing.
thing.
Let me
like
rephrase
I'm-
this. You can change. You can change things.
Yeah.
And feel free to share what you would change.
Yeah.
But you have the option of ending up as you are now.
Right.
Like, I'm not being like, you change and then you never meet Megan. You know, I'm,
So I can change certain aspects
Yeah.
or certain events from my life, knowing that I can ultimately end up where I am now,
yes,
regardless of the changes that I
but you
make.
become, let's say it's an 8-year-old.
I go back to 8. We're just skipping to 8.
Well,
Why not 4?
all right, you're a 4-year-old.
Well, I don't want to miss the Disney cruise that me and my family went on when I was young. I really want to relive that. I
Okay.
saw the world premiere of Treasure Planet. That was pretty exciting.
Really?
I did.
That's dope.
On a boat in the ocean, Caribbean. Disney had their own island. I don't know. I'm assuming they still do.
Had their own island?
They have their own island. I mean, I went to it. I don't know if I would
You know
assume
any-
it still
You know
exists.
how many fucking islands there are in the world?
Yeah.
It's not that cool to
Disney's
have
got one. Do you have one?
Yeah?
Disney got more. They got more than you. Anyways, yeah, I'd go back. Heck yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You would do it all over again?
Yeah, more life for me. Let's go. And I still end up where I'm at, and I have the knowledge of where I'm ending up. That's sick. Changes I'd make, I probably wouldn't have a girlfriend in high school. Like, for real, like I just wouldn't.
He would focus on his studies.
No, I would just
Nerd.
focus on my friends. and
Spam nerd in the chat.
not focused on like relationships, because I think looking back, relationships at that time in your life aren't really that important.
What?
Like romantically, I mean, like what are we doing here? Are we getting married? How many people you know from high school dated their high school sweetheart and got married? Not that many.
I know.
Anyways, I feel like it was, at least knowing where I ended up, I feel like it was a waste of time, and I would have not done that.
I don't know that I agree with that.
I would have focused on my boys.
But those are relationships, and those don't matter.
No, but those do,
Why?
because we're still friends. And
I'm-
guess who I don't contact anymore? Exactly.
Why not?
Why would I?
I don't know.
Anyways, I would not
Pretty weird.
focus on having a girlfriend, because I feel like in high school I was really focused on like I wanted a girlfriend, I wanted to have a girlfriend, I wanted to be the guy with a girlfriend, and I feel like that's, looking back, that's silly and it's stupid, and I feel like grow up, little L. You don't need that. Focus on your boys, focus on your studies, focus on your activities, be productive, work out more. I would go back, I would start working out. I would work out more. I would never reach the point where I don't work out. Could you imagine how jacked I could be now if I had started years ago? I could look like my sim did in my sim game. Chiseled.
Okay.
You asked.
I did ask.
Are those not valid changes?
Those are valid. It's just, I don't know that I agree.
I would have probably tried crack once.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Knowing that you would survive it.
Yeah, knowing that I'd still end up.
Smart. I don't know that I agree. Like I don't think that having a relationship that doesn't result in marriage is like a waste of time. Because
Well, I mean,
even
I
though
wouldn't.
it
I
doesn't-
wouldn't have dated.
at all,
No.
you would have got zero.
There's no problem with having girls in your life or whoever's in your life, like people you want to, like,
Who's Evans?
I don't know, like, there's no. I just think dating is a waste in high school at that age. Like, what are you practicing for marriage? What are we doing here? We're playing house. We're just a couple of little tiny babies trying to pretend like we're not. No.
All right.
What you? Okay, so you disagree?
I mean, I see what you're saying, and I agree on like a level. Like when people like dated in middle school, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But like when you're
Guess who did that? Me. You.
yeah, like technically, I just it's just part. It's part of growing, man. It's part of
I suppose.
becoming a human.
Yeah.
It's doing things like that, whether or not they're stupid.
Yeah, you're right. So you
So
wouldn't
I-
change a
I
thing.
asked
You
this-
wouldn't go back and you wouldn't change a thing.
No, I would change a ton of things. I would focus less on my boys.
I just wish I'd focus more on my boys, you know?
No, I feel like chiefly I would want to spend more time with my brothers.
Yeah.
Because like nowadays, and today especially, work was slow, and I was listening to music, and I was listening to a soundtrack from a game that I played with my brothers as a kid, Majora's Mask, Legend of Zelda, fucking great soundtrack. But I'm like listening, it's like, man, like I will never get that part of my life back where I'm, just a child and I'm sitting in a basement with my brothers.
Yeah.
And like when you're a kid, it's just like that's life.
That's just what you're
It's-
doing.
It's not something that you focus on. It's not something that like you're aware of, and then you're an adult and it's like shit.
I wish I had that time back. I wish I could go back and experience that again.
Yeah,
Just
I would have
being-
played more video games. Is what I'm saying.
I don't think
what I'm
that's a
getting
bad thing,
at. No, I don't think so either.
because I feel like, you're usually not playing alone. Well, you. But my point is that you're creating experiences regardless. You're creating
Yeah.
memories with people that you can look back on and feel happy about.
Yeah,
So I think that's a valid thing.
I yearn for the innocence of childhood.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's definitely times where I'm glad I'm a adult and I can live my adult life. But there are definitely times where I'm like, man, if I could just go back and just have no responsibilities and just be a kid. I mean, we used to just get in the car and drive for no reason. Can you imagine me doing that now? I need a destination. I'm not wasting the gas. That's crazy.
Adulthood is just like so scary. Like, here's a super great example. I was waiting for the bus last week, and I got stabbed.
But you don't take the bus.
Adulthood, like that wouldn't happen to me as a kid.
You're just lying. You're just making
You
something
don't
up.
even know. I could show you. The
You
scar.
got stabbed.
I could show you the scar.
Did you file a police report?
No,
Well, that's on you.
Emily's the one who stabbed me. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, I think that would be one of my main things, and I'd probably eat more too.
Eat more.
Lord knows I could use it, you know.
Yeah, at that time you were, you definitely, you needed to eat more.
Well, that's the thing. Like, man, if I could take something from childhood and like have it now, it would be my metabolism.
Oh yeah, for
I
sure.
could eat like 2 fucking double cheeseburgers this size from Hoppers, and I wouldn't fucking feel a thing.
I used to just crush like a whole like pot of pasta that's probably serving 8 people, but it was just serving me. I used to just crush it. Look at me now. I mean, I look fine now, but my metabolism is not what it used to be, and I actually have to like monitor what I eat. That's so stupid. As a kid, you can just eat whatever you want. You don't even think about it.
I do like that. Like that was your big meal. I could just eat a lot of pasta.
Okay. Well, my parents didn't cook for me, so I was making my own meals for years.
Well, my example was from Hoppers. My mom wasn't cooking me Hoppers. I was going and I was getting the $5 hamburger on Monday.
I could go to $5 Burger Tuesday or Monday or whatever it was.
It's probably like
And just
$9 burger.
Rip burgers if I want it. Just rip burgies.
Should we? When's the last time you ate a cheeseburger?
It's been a minute. I don't know. The last time I like went to like a restaurant and ordered one, I have no idea.
Because you'd probably always get the chicken sandwich instead.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Well, also like I feel like burgers at places aren't always that good. And a chicken sandwich is usually fine. Like you can go to like a place and like a burger, if I'm going to get a burger, I want to get it at a place where I know it's going to be good and it's going to be worth it.
Well, here's what I'll say about that.
Yeah.
And I have an opinion. And I agree with you. I feel like unless you're going to a place that's known for their burgers,
Yeah.
if they have a burger on their menu, it's probably like a safe option, wide appeal, but it's not going to blow your dick off. You know?
Right. It's not going to blow your balls away.
It's usually not that great of a burger.
Yeah. Like maybe it's fine, but like,
Maybe I would eat it. Maybe I would have 2 of them.
I mean, maybe I'd order 3 and take one home for later. But I mean,
That's just,
it's still not going to blow me away.
I want a burger so bad right now.
This guy's hungry.
I am really, really, really hungry. Doing intermittent fasting right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this one of your windows
Yeah.
where you're supposed to not be eating?
I eat Monday, Tuesday.
You're that guy who intermittent fasts and then just complains about how hungry he is all the time.
I eat Monday, Tuesday, and then I'm off.
You're off for the rest of the week. When do you eat again?
But then the following Monday.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah.
You can't.
And
be
then on
doing
those
that.
days, I do 12 to 8. 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. So you got 8 hours
I got 8 hours.
on Monday and Tuesday to just.
But to make up for like the huge gap
Then you
in which
take
I'm
5
not
days
eating,
off.
the 5 days where I'm not eating, I try to eat about 12,000 calories.
Well, I mean, you got to eat for the week then. You're not just
a
eating
day.
for those days.
A day. And it's just, I don't know what I'm saying. Bizarre news, man.
Bizarre news. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bizarre news this week is courtesy of our producer Emily, who made
Producer, future wifey. I hate that I said that. I hate the word wifey.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Yeah, dude, cough right in the mic. People love it. People sign up. People
You
gonna
ever
hop
just,
on
like-
our Patreon.
Like
to hear you
inhale
cough.
your own spit by accident, and then you just start choking, and then you're like, I swear I'm not sick. I'm just really bad at breathing.
I've never done that.
Okay. Maggots fall on a woman during Delta flight to Detroit. Quote, she was freaking out. A passenger on a flight from Amsterdam to Detroit said maggots fell on a woman next to him from an overhead bin, causing the plane to turn around an hour after its departure. So this whole article takes the perspective of this passenger, not the woman who was being mauled by the maggots.
Why would you turn the plane around? They're maggots.
Because yeah. Well, I'll tell you why. And this guy said, she was freaking out. That's why. Said Philip Scott, a Netherlands native who lives in Iowa. Cool, Scott. Philip. She was just trying to kind of fight off these maggots, says Philip. While on Delta flight, whatever the flight number is, on Tuesday, Scott said he looked across the aisle only to see at least a dozen wiggly maggots falling on the woman. There's only a dozen? Maggots aren't that big.
No,
This seems like an issue they could have just solved pretty quickly.
brush them off and then.
Philip says, I don't really know what was going through my mind. I was trying to process it. Disgust is one thing, of course. We had to wait there for help to actually come.
Help? What help?
I don't know. Just like tell this woman to get it together and wipe the maggots off her. What is she?
Do we know where the maggots came from?
It will reveal that in just a paragraph or so. Hold on. He slithered into another seat when help arrived. Philip. The flight attendant tracked the insects to a passenger's bag in the overhead compartments. They found out there was a rotten fish in there, Scott said.
What?
I did see everyone's reaction to the bag being opened, which was just an immediate pinching of the nose. This guy's a character. Who is this guy? How did they? I want Philip Scott on my flight.
How does a dead fish make it through
That's what I was wondering. The security?
the
TSA?
The Dutch equivalent of TSA.
Yeah, whatever their TSA is. I don't know. Maybe maybe you're allowed to fly with fish over there, rotten or not.
But you wouldn't be able to get it through customs. That's for sure.
The fish was wrapped in a newspaper, and the man who placed it there stood up and claimed it. Okay. Oh, so it was a separate passenger, not the woman who was victimized by the maggots. A separate passenger had the fish. Flight attendants took the not-so-precious cargo to the back of the plane, Scott said. The pilot then notified passengers that they are returning to Amsterdam Airport. Why? Why?
Yeah, that's an interesting decision.
Scott said he did not see if the man responsible for the fish and maggots was detained or fined. He got on another flight back to the U.S. a few hours later, more than happy to get off the flight.
Oh, okay.
I am surprised that both the rotten fish and live maggots were not picked up on by security. See? Philip is
you're doing.
thinking the same thing we are.
A Dutchman that lives in Iowa.
Yeah. He's from Iowa.
So pick an Iowa accent or a Dutch accent.
Their trip was interrupted due to an improperly packed carry-on bag, according to Delta. Oh, that wasn't Scott. That wasn't Philip. The aircraft returned to the gate and the passengers were placed on the next available flight. The aircraft was removed from service for cleaning. That must be some sort of like rule for the airline where they have to turn it around and clean the plane after an incident like that.
Yeah, after the maggot rule.
I mean, it seems a little silly. I mean, it's a rotten fish. It stinks. It sucks. But, like, I don't know. Take it to the back of the plane, throw it in the trash can, and just kind of, like,
Fry that thing
finish
up.
the flight. Yeah, fry that thing up.
Get some Cajun
These
seasoning.
these passengers got to eat. Make the guy who brought the fish eat it. That's what I say.
Punish him, yeah.
Yeah, if you're bringing rotten meat onto a plane, you're going to have to eat it if you get caught.
Do you think the guy was like, that's mine? My bad, everybody.
Hey,
That
sorry.
is my newspaper wrapped dead fish filled with maggots.
One thing. Why was he trying to bring a fish overseas? Just one fish, by the way. Just one fish. There are multiple options if you do catch fish overseas. You can have it shipped back safely in like ice where it's preserved and not rotting. But if this guy it's just one fish that he could fit in an overhead compartment unnoticed until mid-flight? Like, what is special about this fish? What the fuck was he doing?
I don't know. It's a shame we got this information from a secondhand bystander rather than the person who owned the fucking fish or the person who got, drenched in.
I
maggots.
disagree because I think Philip Scott's perspective was very illuminating, and I enjoyed his banter and his tone and his recount of the situation. The maggots lady probably said, "I don't want to talk about it,"
That's fair. She probably would.
and the fish guy, he was just happy to get off.
Of the plane. All right, we're out of time. This has been really enjoyable for me.
Yeah, maybe you should go eat.
I'm so
You should
hungry.
get some food in that belly.
I am the opposite of full.
Yeah, I'd say you're empty.
Yeah, I'm running on E. All right, any closing thoughts from The Rock?
I would say that if you are thinking about bringing a fish onto a plane, just don't bring a fish on a plane. In fact, don't bring any animals on planes unless they're cute puppies or they're like for your mental health and you need like a little kitten with you or something. I don't know how that works. But don't bring a fish. Anything that needs to be in water, just don't bring it on. Don't because the air is not water. The air is not
Holy
water.
fucking shit. I'm
The
ending.
air is not water. I just figured you'd cut me off.